Perhaps you've noticed that many businesses today are now landscaping with a flourish. It's not your standard foundation plantings anymore, or the island gardens that have just two or three plants. Now we have a variety of not only topiary, as we see at this golf course, my favorite golf course, by the way, Midville in Cranston, Rhode Island. Here we see topiary. The rhododendron, I wouldn't prune it that hard, but it works in this particular planting with the other well-trimmed arborvitae and Chamaecyparis passifera. We use hedges now. Here we see the juniper in front of upright yew, grasses, tall trees, so we have different eye lines from the low prostrate up to the taller plants, but we are now using dwarf plants. There's a dwarf blue spruce. I suspect maybe 40 years from now that might have to be moved, but it looks very good in this planting. This is golden florifer, as previously mentioned, at one of my favorite restaurants, T's Restaurant, also in Cranston, Rhode Island. The PJM is about to turn bronze color, so oftentimes we'll see good fall color. And of course, in this case, we got a second bloom on the PJM rhododendron. In the background there, we see a Japanese red maple. Dwarf plants again. Blooming plants like the sedum, which is nice fall color as well. And as I said, the PJM will turn a beautiful bronze color, perhaps another week or two. And that gives us a good spectrum from one season to the other. Here we see a holly plant, which again I suspect will have to be removed at some time because it's going to get quite large in this planting, but when it was planted originally, I'm sure, and it still does look very good. Here we see some coleus in window boxes, and in hanging situations we can have individual hanging pots as well, of course. Here we see an upright yew, trimmed. Requires a little more trimming than the dwarf plants. That's another advantage, of course, of using dwarf plants, is that we hardly trim at all. We see low-lying plants like the bits of juniper we just looked at. It's more PJM that has been trimmed back. Again, that's not something I like to do, but it goes well in this particular planting. Then we have an upright juniper here. I like the asymmetrical growth pattern. And another Japanese maple. Oh, no, my bad. That's a sedum plant. Nice fall color. And of course, the veranda is a nice addition to the restaurant. People sit out here and look at the landscape. And why not? It's absolutely gorgeous. They did a terrific job. This is a Japanese maple, and that could get quite large at some point, but right now it looks terrific. We see some more sedum in bloom. Nice fall color. And of course, we did not see a lot of annuals because I think they require a great deal of maintenance. And with shrubs and evergreens, you can mulch them and have a few plants in there that will bloom, but the annuals that we see in these island gardens require much more maintenance. So there are a lot of nice businesses that have these plantings that I'm in favor of.